Welcome to SoCal Dram. I'm Matt.
And I'm Cesar.
And today, before we get into this bottle, we just want to say if you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out. If you're a returning viewer, we appreciate you sticking around. Nonetheless, everybody hit that like button and the little bell so you know whenever we drop a brand new video. Cesar, what do we got on the bar today?
Today, we got something from your bar, my brother.
That's right. Holy crap, it is my bottle. Today, we've got the Balvenie 12-year-old Sweet Toast of American Oak.
Ooh.
That's right. So, again, we got Balvenie, the Sweet Toast of American Oak. So this is coming from Balvenie Distillery, owned by William Grant & Sons. And this one, it's part of their story series. Part of their story series where they have, like, you know, the Peat Week release and a couple other ones, if I'm not mistaken. But like I said, Sweet Toast of American Oak. This is 12-year-old Balvenie Scotch, aged in ex-bourbon barrels. But it's then gone into a toasted oak barrel. And the interesting thing about this one is essentially they get Kentucky virgin oak barrels, and then when they get them over to that, they've been lightly toasted essentially. So no like alligator char or anything like that. It's just kind of they warmed the barrel up, let it get hot, and then put the fire out, right? And then they get those barrels over to Scotland, and then they do what's called a deep toast. So again, no alligator char, but they put a little bit more fire to them to kind of bring out that vanilla aroma and stuff like that. Very curious to see what it does to Balvenie. Now, this is our first Balvenie on the channel. It's not our first, I'm going to say encounter with Balvenie as a juice, because remember, this is not this particular expression, but this is also in Monkey Shoulder.
Yep.
But it's also not my first experience with Balvenie. However, the first time I had Balvenie, it was just the standard 12-year-old double wood, and that was at an airport bar in, I want to say, Texas. I was on my honeymoon, and I got a Scotch, and they put it in a double rocks glass, and it just wasn't the best experience, so I've never really gone back to Balvenie, not for any other reason other than, like, it wasn't the best experience, and so I just haven't gotten to it yet. However, I am very excited about this one. We did recently do the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel, which is right up here. You can check it out. Obviously, two completely different whiskeys, but in terms of that process of the toasted oak barrel, I'm very curious to see what we get out of this one because, again, this is Scotch, that was bourbon, but that toasted barrel gave it more of that graham crackery kind of s'mores-ish type of flavor profile. So I'm curious to see what that does with, you know, ex-bourbon barrel Scotch. What are you kind of expecting out of this?
So, I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of expecting something good because besides like Macallan, I always see Balvenie in movies, you know, like it's like right there in the shot. And it's like
but it's always like the 40-year-old. It's like, well, we're never going to have that.
True. But because I saw it in movies, it's where I'm like, I'm kind of anxious. I want to try it too. So here we go.
Yeah. So on the nose right off the bat, fruity. Super fruity.
Oh, super fruity.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
This reminds me of the Highland Park, I was going to say.
No, it reminds me of Lineage.
Lineage, interesting.
The Balcones Lineage. You can check that one out up here. Like, just the nose coming off of it. Very
it's
fruity.
Super red fruits.
I'm getting a lot of, like...
Fruity is the main component coming out of this thing.
I'm getting some apple out of it.
Yeah, red fruits for sure.
Definitely some citrus, like... Maybe a bit of orange, like orange rind. Kind of like when you make an old fashioned, you do the orange twist on it. Like I'm getting a little bit of that, like that orange oil. But again, there's definitely some vanilla in there for sure.
That's refreshing.
I'm excited. I'm really
excited. This is actually.
Can you bottle this as a cologne?
It's a refreshing aroma. It's a refreshing aroma for sure. It's a for sure refreshing aroma.
Ooh. Ooh, that's got a lot going on.
Interesting. Ooh. Oh, and that finish is just like, ooh. That is good. This is
What are you getting? I don't want to taint you with anything that I say.
It's just, to be honest, I'm getting heavy stewed red fruits, but like,
Really?
yeah, but good quality form of it. Like, it reminds me a lot of the Highland Park 18, to be honest, because I don't really like stewed red fruits as a concept, but when I had it and I tasted it in the alcohol, it's like, wow, this actually works really well together. So yeah, this is like real deep stewed red fruits. Like, this is pretty good stuff.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about that apple note that I was getting on the nose. I'm getting apple butter.
Apple butter? I don't think I've had that before.
Have you been to Lucille's barbecue joint?
Yes.
Have you had the butter for the biscuits?
Probably not. I think I've only had it once as a kid.
Apple butter. So I'm sure you've had apple butter if you listen to this, and if you haven't, go get you some apple butter.
I'm gonna go to Lucille's now and try this out.
Just go get a 6-pack of biscuits and some butter, bro. And not a workout day. Fat kid. So apple butter is delicious, and at Lucille's they make biscuits, and they have kind of the sugar-coated topping on the top of the biscuits. So that mixed with the apple butter, it has a little bit of cinnamon. Oh, dude, it's just so good. And you could eat like a bag of 40 of them. I'm getting apple butter. The buttery mouthfeel is really nice. The apples absolutely transition to the palate. I'm getting a heavy vanilla too. This is honestly like really drinking like an apple pie. Like what apple pie moonshine tries to be, this is that.
Apple pie moonshine. Actually,
yeah. It's good. I've made some. I mean, I didn't have a still, but I've made some and it was really good. But you can go buy it from like Old Smoky Moonshine or something like that. However, you said the finish was nice. What are you going off on the finish? I'm not saying that I think the finish is bad. I think the finish is good, but I'm curious to see what you're thinking.
What I mean by nice? What I mean by nice is at the forefront you get all these rich flavors. Like for me, like I said, it's that stewed red fruits. And it's going around and it's like, all right, here's all this flavor, and it almost feels like when it goes down it's going to be a little bitey, but when it goes down it's just flush. Like I've said, with the runway and the airplane before, it's like come in for the landing. It's like, oh, I'm here for you and let's take another. It's refreshing and it makes me want more. That's what I mean by it's good.
Fair. So for me on the finish, I'm getting an earthy peat note. Not like Isla smoky peat, but like an earth quality to it. It's really nice. I don't think I said it, but 43% ABV. And retail about $70 to $75. I got it for $65 over at High Time. Shout out to High Time.
Hey, I love getting high.
And I gotta say, I am glad that this is core range because this is going to be an easy sipper for me, and I could very easily see myself going through this pretty quickly, and I will absolutely replace this.
How much was this?
65 is what I paid.
65?
And I saw it at another place for 60, so I'll go there next time.
We still love you, High Time.
No, 100% I still love High Time, but I'll go there next time. But I regularly see it at Total Wine for like $80, so...
Yeah, no, so to me, to be honest, I really like that Highland Park 18. But to be honest, as far as the flavor goes, I think this packs more flavor than that. Like, I think it's a lot more rich flavor than it is. And that's interesting to say, too, because the Highland Park's 18 years, and this is only 12. So it's like, dang, I thought that one would have richer flavors, but this is actually pretty good.
As this opens up, I'm getting, like, banana bread. That malty bread note, and now I'm getting like this banana quality to it, and I don't know if that's from the toasted oak barrel or what.
Or if you're going bananas.
This is an evolving glass. I like this. I really like this. Needless to say, it blew my airport Balvenie experience out of the freaking water. Speaking of which, I'm going to add some to it. You just added some.
No, dang, that does do good with water. To be honest, I'm surprised for how much flavor this packs for $60 a bottle. This is really, really good stuff. It's really, to be honest, as far as
the reason it's in the movie.
as far as flavor goes, it's still tripping me out that it's packing more of this, more better and the same flavor of Highland Park 18 year. It's like it does that and it took it to the next level, but it's 5 or 6 years younger. That's crazy. But even with water, like the flavor's still there. The stewed red fruits, everything, it doesn't lose its quality in anything. And if anything, the finish is actually a little bit more easygoing as well.
So I haven't had it with the water yet, but just for the record, nothing on the bottling about chill filtering or color, so we'll assume that both have been done. But man, I really like this. This is super evolving glass. I'm getting a lot of bang for my buck out of this bottle, for lack of a better word. And needless to say, so during Christmas time, I was like raiding every liquor store for like the holiday packs where they come with like multiple expressions and things like that. Just because I'm like, oh, it'll be a cheap way to do reviews, right? Yeah. And I picked up a Balvenie sampler pack where it's got their 12 double wood, their 17-year double wood, and their 14-year Caribbean cask. And I'm like, all right, I want to crack those open. But nonetheless, with the water, still getting that apple note. I'm getting kind of a walnut quality to it now. I'm just really hoping I don't lose that buttery mouthfeel. Cause, man.
Oh, you know what? Actually, with the water, I'm getting more like it's fruitcake. Fruitcake. It's starting to taste a lot like fruitcake.
I have never had fruitcake because it's one of those things that everybody makes fun of it in movies. And in high school, in choir, there was a song we did called Grandma's Killer Fruitcake. And I've just always avoided it for some reason. But I can see the malty bready note. And then obviously fruitcake is fruitcake. And I've watched enough Great British Baking Show to know what goes in it. So I could get behind that a little bit. Man, this is... The water doesn't hurt it.
Not at all. Not at all.
The finish, I lose that earthy peat note, though I will say. So, damn, I kind of prefer this with a little bit of water. Because, and again, it's not that the earthy peat note is offensive, but being so nice on the front end of the palate, transitioning to that kind of earthy peat, there was something that was like kind of throwing me off kilter. With the water, since that earthy note kind of goes away, it's just kind of all fruity and nice. Man, this is... Okay. We'll say 70 because of the average price, right? Okay. We'll say $70 is what we're going to judge it on. $70, 43%, ton of flavor. I'm going with a 4. I think this is a solid 4 in my book. I think the complexity alone that you're getting out of it is definitely worth the pickup. If you've had a Balvenie and you're just kind of like, man, that's all right, I think this warrants picking it up because you're like, look, the regular Balvenie 12 is somewhere in the ballpark of 60 to 65. For an extra $10, I would be hard pressed to say don't get this, right? I think there's definitely a difference between them. So if you're sitting there and you're looking on the liquor store and you're like, do I get the regular 12 or do I get the Toast of American Oak? Go with whatever your flavor profile is. If you like a lot of fruit, check this out because I think you won't be disappointed. It's a 4 from me.
So for me, I'll give it the same rating. Actually, it's going to be a 4. I'm surprised at how well that the water kept up with it. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that the flavor was full both ways. With or without water, it's full flavor and it's there for you. I never got that peaty note from it. But either way, with the water, I do agree it got better.
It wasn't smoky. It was just earthy to me. So...
but yeah, so at the end, I'll still give it a 4, only because it actually did better than the Highland Park 18 in my flavor profile. So that surprised me, especially for it being like half the price. It's like, dang,
Highland Park's cruising up to like 160.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep.
Well, do us a favor, guys. It's 4 from us, but what do you think of it? What do you think of the sweet toast of American oak? Have you been toasted oak? Nonetheless,
have you been toasted?
Exactly. I'm sure you have if you're listening to us. But do us a favor, hit us up down in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Also, don't forget to interact with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We love interacting with you guys there. Nonetheless, folks, stay safe and drink well. All aboard. Catch you next time. Hey everybody, hope you liked that video.
Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Damn, I should have said it.
That is just wonderful.